So today I'm doing a very special video, and I'm going to show you the Blu-rays of the releases from 2016 that I bought. So these aren't older films that I bought on Blu-ray or DVD. These are the 2016 releases that I have purchased. Of course, there's lots that I will tend to purchase, like Moana, and probably Rogue One, even though I wasn't in love with it. I probably still want to have it part of my collection. I have Phantom Menace, for goodness sakes, so I better have I better have Rogue One. These are in no particular order, by the way. So first one, I have Finding Dory, and I have to add it to my Pixar collection. I really thought this movie was charming and sweet and had a really nice message, and I liked the animation, and I think it's a solid sequel. Next up, I have Only Yesterday. This was the 1991 film that was finally released in US theaters by Saya Takahata. This movie is so sweet, it's so gentle, it grows on me every time I see it. The animation is beautiful. I particularly like the sections with the girl as a child, and they got some good voice actors to do the dub. So this is a definite must-have if you are a Studio Ghibli fan. Next, I have April in the Extraordinary World. I loved this movie. I love the animation. I love the characters. I love the creative story, the steampunk feel, and so I had to have it. Next, I have The Jungle Book. I wasn't as in love with this as it seemed like everybody else was, but I really thought it was solid and entertaining and beautifully done, and great visual effects, amazing. And overall, I like some of the changes that they made. I love the ending so much better than the original, in my opinion, and I like the changes to Mowgli as a character. I think he's more proactive and more interesting. Next, I have Risen. I really liked this movie. I thought it was solid. I thought it had an inspirational tale about a Roman soldier after the crucifixion of Christ. I thought the acting was solid. I thought it was well made. I thought it was inspirational. I liked it. Midnight Special, one of the underrated films of the year. Great acting, really great sci-fi. I love the way that it just immerses you right in the events that are going on, and has a lot of good questions about belief and faith and the way these different characters all believe in this character, this boy, differently. So it's a wonderful, underrated film for 2016, I think. Next, Central Intelligence. It's stupid, but it made me laugh. Great chemistry, and I liked it. I thought it was funny. Next, I have 10 Cloverfield Lane. I loved this movie. It is so tightly written. I don't mind the ending. I really don't. It just kept me guessing. I had no idea how she was going to get out of here, and whether he really was, like, it kept me guessing of whether he really was crazy and if things were really like that outside, and what was going on. And I just thought it was tight, and I love the performances. I love that she is smart, but she's not like ridiculously smart. You know, she's not like a stupid woman in a horror movie, but she's also not like some warrior woman. Underrated comedy. I mean, it got good reviews, but I don't hear anyone talking about it. It was the Barbershop, The Next Cut. This movie was really funny and great cast, very charming. I like all of these barbershop movies. They're really well done. Like, people put them in with the Tyler Perry movies. These are way better than those movies, in my opinion. This was solid, and it had a really nice message to boot. Next, I have DC Superhero Girls, Hero of the Year. I got this to review, and I really enjoyed it. I thought the animation was solid, and it's made for young girls, and I think they did a good job. I have Pete's Dragon. Loved this movie. This kind of movie I want Disney to make. This is small, it's intimate, it has heart. I was really moved by all the performances. Love Bryce Dallas Howard in here. I love Oaks Begley as the little boy. I loved the special effects with Elliot, and it's just magical, and it's the kind of movie that you just don't see that often. It reminded me of movies like The Black Stallion and The Old Yeller, and movies like that take kids seriously and give them movies with real emotion and make them really care and really think. So that, to me, is one of the best of the year. This is TV, but I did get The People vs. O.J. Simpson, one of the best shows of the year. I loved all the acting, and it's just such a fascinating story. It's something you just can't believe is like real life. That this really happened. It's so good. Next, I have Everybody Wants Some. This is just one of the most joyous experiences of the year. This movie was just so fun to follow these guys and just take it back to a different era. I love the way Richard Linklater writes dialogue. I just love the way he captures these characters. And even though they're nothing like me, I really liked spending time with them. And soundtrack is amazing. Zootopia. Yeah, the metaphor does fall apart when you overthink it, but it's a fable for kids, and I really, really enjoyed the metaphor, and I really loved sort of the crime noir aspects of it. I love all the humor. I love Judy Hopps as a character, Nick Wilde as a character, their relationship. It is one of my favorite non-musicals from Disney that they've ever done. I have Captain America Civil War. Really wonderful entry in that trilogy. I think I've liked all three of them. This was really entertaining. There's a few little things that now in retrospect, after seeing it a bunch of times, I would have done differently, but it's so solid. I love the airport scene. That's so much fun. I love seeing the trajectory of both Tony and Steve and how they both have kind of come to this spot in their lives, and how Steve has become more cautious about trusting authority, and he's become less loyal, whereas Tony has become more scared of his own agency and his own decisions. And great acting, great action. One of the few blockbusters this year that actually delivered. Next, I have Boy and the Beast from Hosada, Mamoru Hosada. This movie, the ending doesn't really work, but it is so beautiful. The animation is gorgeous. They don't really mind the ending. And so definitely worth, if you're an anime fan, worth the purchase. Next, I have Star Trek Beyond. I think this is one of the other blockbusters that was really satisfying and I enjoyed this year. That didn't disappoint me. I love this cast, and I love the way this movie sort of divided up the cast into smaller groups. So you got to spend, as opposed to the whole crew, which is the normal thing for Star Trek. I liked the way we got to spend time with these sort of little groupings. I thought that was great. The ending is very silly, but I thought it was sort of entertaining, and I loved Jayla as a character. I really enjoyed her. Next, Sing Street. I've been singing its praises all year. I love this movie. Loved it. I think it is better than La La Land. I think it has so much heart. I love the relationship between the two brothers. I love all of the songs. I love this movie. Next, I have Ratchet and Clank, because evidently I'm the only person in the world who thought this was charming and enjoyed it. So I actually, I was kind of disappointed they didn't have any more special features on here, but it was cheap, and so I went ahead and bought it. Next, I have the Angry Birds movie. I actually got this for free for reviewing it for Rotoscopers. This Blu-ray has like more special features than I've ever seen ever. In some ways, I enjoyed the special features more than the actual movie itself. But I think this movie, I gave it a negative review because some of the messaging was weird. But I do think there's entertainment to be had. I don't think this movie is horrible by any means, and the animation I thought was pretty darn good. Next, I have Cafe Society. I really think this movie is charming. It's a Woody Allen film. It's got his trademark sort of dialogue. This has Corey Stoll in it as the Jesse Eisenberg's brother, who's this like mob boss, and he was so funny, and I have such a huge crush on Corey Stoll, and so I really like that. Kristen Stewart, if you don't think that she can act, watch her in more movies, because she has proven herself to be better than Twilight, I think. Personally, I'm a defender of hers, because I think she gets a bum rap for those Twilight movies when she's shown herself to be a good actress. And she's good in this. She's very good. Blake Lively's really good in it. And it's just an entertaining, joyful, little fun movie. It's not going to change your life. I have Secret Life of Pets. I have to admit, this has sunk a little bit on rewatch, but it's still charming. I still like Gidget and Chloe. I think they're a lot of fun. And overall, I like the animation. I like New York City in it. And it's a somewhat disposable animated film, but I liked it enough to get it. Next, I have Batman, The Return of the Caped Crusaders. Loved this film. This is my favorite Batman of the year, which is saying something, I guess. And this was so funny. I really liked the animation in it. I liked getting back to sort of the old gadgets and just not taking Batman so freaking seriously all the time like people do. Most controversial movie of the year, Ghostbusters. I still find it charming. I still find it funny. I'm glad I own it. I like it. and I'm just not that crazy about the original. I think the original is fine. I think this is also fine. And I have Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. I only bought this because it was the only way to watch the Ultimate Cut, and you could not rent it anywhere. I couldn't find it, and everyone said to me that you have to watch the Ultimate Cut, even though for me, it didn't change my view on the movie that much. But it is what it is. I don't think it's as bad as some people make it out to be, but I certainly didn't think it was good, and I hated the ending so much. This one's funny. So I have Gods of Egypt, because Gods of Egypt is a total funny film to watch. It's maybe the best comedy of the year. It's so bad that it is kind of good. Then I have Hell or High Water, one of the most perfectly executed films of the year. Really like the relationship between these brothers. I really like the relationship between the two sheriffs. I think the writing is so strong. I think that it has such a sense of place. You really feel like you're there. And it is such a relevant movie to what's going on right now in many people's lives and in our economy. So. And finally, last one is Kubo and the Two Strings. And this film was just so joyous to me. Every time Kubo smiles, I just light up inside. I love him as a character. I think he's great. And it's just so beautiful. The animation is stunning. And I liked the story. I think it should have ended just a hair sooner and it would have been perfect. But I really, really thought Kubo was a lovely entry from Laika. So that is the Blu-rays that I bought from 2016 releases, and so let me know what you think of these purchases, of these Blu-rays, and what are some that you have in your collection that maybe I don't. And put in the comment section, and thanks so much. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!